was such a beautiful country. They got cars, they got water, they got Wi-Fi.
They got water, they got Wi-Fi.
Like we was lied to. We was really lied to. The music in Africa is just so beautiful. I used to think the only song.
Bro, it's so crazy because I've been here for so long. It's crazy to really imagine that people really think that Africa doesn't have water or cars or buildings like that. It's 2026, bro. Like, it's 2026, y'all. We really don't think that Africa got water and cars and clothes and buildings and roads and stuff like that. Like, come on,
Africa
y'all.
was Waka Waka by Shakira.
My favorite stream so far between SA and I haven't really seen the Zim, but my favorite stream is Eswatini.
To find out, they got DeVito. The US government really brainwashed us, bro. We need to go back to our brothers and sisters. Like, I really thought everybody in Africa speaks like this. And the best part of all, hear me out. Hear me out. You're not gonna believe this. They got more than one country. No, I'm not kidding. They got more. I thought it was just Africa. I really thought it was just Africa.
She's like, trolling, y'all.
Don't cancel me for this, but
she trolling.
I low-key thought they live in huts.
She trolling, bro.
Like, you know, that's just what he teaches us. Like,
how's there water in Africa?
I feel like she was being sarcastic. Don't y'all think she was being sarcastic? I feel like she was being sarcastic, bro.
Bro, Speed's in a car. Like, he's not traveling on a camel. Wait, so Africa isn't just like sticks and mud houses? Wait, why does Africa have skyscrapers and big buildings? Like, this looks like a city here. Wait, I thought they only had tribes in Africa. Why is there a skyscraper? Bro, look at this. They're speaking English. Did you know people in Africa speak English?
If you watch Speed go to Africa and your biggest takeaway was that, oh my God, it's not just huts and mud, that's not awareness, buddy. That is straight ignorance. That image of Africa, it didn't come from nowhere. It came from what you were taught, what you never questioned, and what you were always comfortable believing.
Listen, I'm very happy.
He needs that Shazam, nigga. Hey, he spoke facts right there.
Happy that Speed, the streamer Speed, has went to Africa and done his IRL stream there. I'm very happy that there are a lot of people that are having realizations and changed minds about Africa and how beautiful it is, and the fact that Africans do not hate us, the fact that we need to build a bridge and unite the nations, African Americans in Africa. We've been needing to fix that relationship. We've been needing to mend that wound. But y'all have to also understand, and this is part of the problem, that we only pay attention when a celebrity does something. There have been plenty and countless content creators that have gotten on this camera and said how beautiful Africa is.
Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Hold on. Talk your ish, bruh. You feel me? Hold on. I'm right here, my guy. He's talking about me. Y'all. Come on, fam. Y'all hear him? He's giving me my flowers, bro. He's giving me my flowers. He's talking about me.
That have gotten on this camera and said how much the Africans love us and they don't hate us. And it ain't nothing like that European reject is teaching you. It ain't nothing like the pretendian is teaching you. It ain't nothing like none of them self-hatred warriors, identity crisis warriors are teaching you. We have to stop contributing to the problem. Just because a celebrity says something, now all of a sudden it's law. We have to stop doing that. There have been plenty of people out here telling y'all about Africa. And now all of a sudden I'm seeing people crying on camera and telling me, oh my God, I didn't know. I thought it was just all lions, mud and huts. How did you think that? Why did you think that? So you ain't finna get off that easy with me. I'm happy you having the realization moment. But see, it's a lot of self-hatred in a lot of you. It's a lot of anti-blackness in a lot of you. Your ideology is very clan memberish, but you get a streamer that goes to Africa and now all of a sudden you want to unite Africans and African Americans. It's great that y'all are having this realization, but maybe do your homework. But maybe you should have.
Hey, this nigga's cooking. He's cooking, y'all. He's cooking, bruh. Hey, this nigga's cooking.
Done your research before assuming what you was taught is law. Maybe you shouldn't have just assumed that Africa ain't nothing but lions, mud, and huts. Maybe you shouldn't have assumed that the Africans hate you all because some self-hatred warrior told you so. All because some identity crisis warrior told you so. Speed's own father is an identity crisis warrior. Go look up when Speed was trying to tell him
Yeah, that's true.
about
That's true.
Africa and how that man started fidgeting and couldn't stop moving and sitting up there going
He
through
didn't want nothing to do. His dad didn't want nothing to do with Africa, y'all. He didn't want nothing to do with Africa.
all the little demonic.
I'm actually curious to see his reaction because you know his dad reacts to like his son, like he's reacting. He makes videos reacting to his son here in Africa. So I'm curious to know what he's saying, what he thinks of Africa now.
Little possessions trying to avoid him being African. Imagine a black person trying to avoid being African. It's like a damn penguin trying to avoid snow. It's like water trying to avoid H2O. You think just because I live in America, my grandmother's from America, my great grandmother's from America, that don't mean nothing. We was the first to migrate. We are the original people. We did everything before everybody. Tell me, what's the upside to distancing ourselves from Africa? What, you want to get closer
is
to a
none.
European reject? What, you think the European reject finna save you because you done distanced yourself from your ancestry? What's the upside? It's so much dumb shit being said. Motherfucker gonna tell me that we should stop identifying as being black. Do you know why black and white exists? Black and white, we call ourselves black because white folks made whiteness the top of the food chain. White supremacy, everything white is right, everything was about being white. So we are black as black power, black unity, black excellence, black love. We understand we not actually black, stupid. Nobody's saying we actually a fucking crayon color. But what it is a status symbol, if we allow it to be. It's a title of pride and courage. We don't need to stop identifying as black. You need to stop identifying as black because you act more like a Klan member anyway. Hey, we black, we African American, we American African, we Africans. We are everything wrapped into one. That's how beautiful this community is. That's how beautiful we are. That is our potential. That is the uniqueness of us. But y'all listen to these buckethead motherfuckers talking about nothing, overthinking their way into oblivion. So damn traumatized
he's
all throughout
cooking,
life that
bruh.
they can't even love themselves. Gotta over analytically think and understand just because
He's
you label
cooking.
yourself a critical thinker, you can overthink your way into being an idiot.
Speed Africa Tour really has taught me
Yeah, he
you gotta
cooked, y'all.
ignore what people tell you, period. Because majority of the time, they not even speaking from a place of experience. They really just speaking because they don't want you to do something. Sometimes it can be coming from a place of just jealousy or just extreme dislike, but most of the time, it's just because they just don't want to see you actually improve. They don't want to see you expand your horizons, actually try out new things, maybe make a couple new friends. In a lot of cases, especially when it comes to like a whole lot of this internet stuff, people would rather see you remain stagnant than ever do anything else. And this is kind of like proof positive of that, because there's really people who, now granted, there's less of them, but there's people who genuinely did not want him to do this. And they've never even been to Africa, haven't really thought about going, and the few times that they did, it was to somehow disrespect everyone there. Even though from what I'm seeing, it looked like everyone there is just welcoming him with open arms. Bro just was in Mozambique. I'm learning a whole bunch of stuff about the whole continent off of just a few streams he's been there. So yeah, man, you gotta ignore a lot of the noise, man.
Speed's Africa tour is kind of scaring me right now because the amount of people admitting that they didn't realize that Africa wasn't just like sticks and mud. That, like, you know, Africa actually has, you know, modern technology and roads and running water and all that type of stuff. Then that Africa is a continent, you know, not a country. I've seen clips of Speed's tour and like I love it because every place he goes, he kind of rewrites like the stereotype or the image that people have in their head, and he shows that, hey, like this is a normal place. But especially with Africa, some of y'all I genuinely like worry about, because even when people who are like, oh, but you know, the American propaganda makes you think that Africa is just like nothing and extremely all this. Guys, can you do a little bit of research and maybe just like a little bit of logical thinking? Like, do you really think an entire continent will just be sticks and mud and tribal people? If you just look up Africa City, you will see so many cities that look just like ours, with skyscrapers, big buildings, roads, infrastructure, all that type of stuff.
Y'all are really upset that people are seeing Africa as a whole in a better light.
Who's
just
upset?
because of IShowSpeed's stream. Did you want them to see it worse?
Who's upset though? I want to see the people who's upset.
And your media controls your narrative of other countries around the world is the same way that ours controls ours. We grew up hearing the eyes of an angel and seeing a fat white woman stand next to a very malnourished African child
With
with
flies flying
protruding
around.
stomach and flies on their eyes.
Facts.
That's
Facts.
the
I
perception
remember
they
that
gave
video.
us. And a lot of us, like myself, have gone on to fly in and discover and meet and enjoy cultures and see the beauty that Africa has as a whole. Because I dare you to go country for country in Africa with me. Be grateful that IShowSpeed is showing people the differences of Africa and how beautiful you are. You're wild. You're wild. And this behavior is exactly why people think that Africa ain't about nothing. You're not using your data to Google or watch anything about history. You're just using it to be foolish. Please stop.
I'm so happy that these American streamers are going back to the motherland and really showing y'all that Africa is not as bad as y'all think it is, or it's not broke. They do have wealthy people in Africa. It's very beautiful. The culture is good.
Y'all
I've seen
wealthy?
a creator in here that was actually tearing up because he did not know Africa is beautiful and there's wealth back there. And I just don't get it. You would think it's common sense because everywhere in the world has a good part and a bad part. Like Africa, you have the village and then you have the city. Just like America, you have the hood,
The country.
that's in poverty, and then you have the suburbs.
Okay, let me just correct her real quick, y'all, because she's a little bit confused. Even though the village ain't a bad place. The village is very nice and peaceful. The village is very nice and peaceful, y'all. I can see if she was talking about the hood here and then the hood back at home, yeah. But the village is like the country. You know what I'm saying? The country where there's cows and stuff like that in the U.S. It's the same thing here as the village.
The fact that America brainwashed y'all for years to thinking that Africa is this bad place, it's dusty, there's no food, there's no clothes, people there walking around shoeless, their kids are starving. Don't get me wrong. You literally have family that's in bad poverty, but it's the same as the USA. There's a whole
You
bunch
better
of homeless
speak,
people
girl.
on the streets that don't have nowhere to stay. You see them all dingy, you see them all dirty. They're starving. Africa is not the shithole that America wants it to be.
Villages are probably the safest area.
And
Facts.
I'm glad other
It's
influences.
so peaceful, bro. It's like the country in the U.S., bro. The country is just like the villages. Like it's just land, and you got your animals running around free. You feel me? You got your farmers. Like the villages in the country in the U.S. One and the same, bro. One and the same.
Are opening other
A lot of
people's
wealthy people
eyes
in the
to see
country, in
that
the
Africa
farms.
is
A lot of wealthy
beautiful
people in the
place. They
villages.
have good food. They have beautiful women. They have good constructed houses. I can go on and on and on and on. Stop being so ignorant to the bullshit. Like, stop. It's 2026. Let's start using our minds.
If you had to watch IShowSpeed go to Africa before you realize that Africa is much more than just poverty, dirt, and huts, then congratulations, you finally caught up to what Africa really is and woken up from your racist delusion. You see, Speed just launched a brand new huge project, Speed Goes to Africa, which is a 28-day tour across 20 African countries where he live broadcasts every step of the way. Now, the tour began in Angola December 29th, 2025, and is actually scheduled to run all through January, finishing January 26th in 2026. Now, what's very interesting to watch is not just his clips from the tour, it's quite frankly all of your reactions, as many people still view Africa as only being poor, underdeveloped, and rural, even though that could not be further from the case. That view is very outdated and inaccurate, and that is shown very clearly in Speed streams. And so if Speed in Africa is shocking you, it's not because Africa just changed overnight. No, it's because the stereotype of Africa that you have been painstakingly spoon-fed all your life is finally collapsing.
If you had to watch IShowSpeed go to Africa before you finally realized Africa is more than just poverty, dirt, and huts, then congratulations. You're just now catching up. Because Africa has always been more than the stereotypes people were taught to believe. So Speed just launched this huge project called Speed Goes to Africa. It's a 28-day tour across 20 African countries, where he's live streaming modern cities.
We know all that. We know, my baby. We know what he's doing. I love the countryside and American city life is draining. Yeah, I agree with you. It's just like the same. It's the same as here, bro. Y'all know how it is to be in Johnson City. You know what I'm saying? Being in Johnson City, you feel me? You chilling in Johnson City, then you go out Johnson City to go to the village, go to like Limpopo, how peaceful it is in Limpopo. You feel me? Same thing.